Everyone, and welcome out to Naple Zoo. More specifically, welcome out to Alligator Bay. My name is Erin. I am standing in front of our perimeter fence right in front of you
Mira,
guys.
empieza a moverse.
Now to introduce the dream team of our reptile keepers, we have feeding and training our 10 American alligators. We have our zookeeper, Lauren. Give her a nice wave, guys. Oh, clap! Wow, yes, we love it. And of course, we want to make sure we have another set of eyes out here. Two is better than one. We have our security bouncer over there. That's Grayson. Everyone say hi, Grayson. Oh my goodness, I love the energy. Well, welcome out to Alligator Bay. Again, my name is Erin. I'm going to be giving you guys a little bit of information about what we're seeing. Now, although it is called our alligator feeding session, I would actually probably rename it our training session because that's more accurately what we're doing. So even though Lauren is just working one-on-one with one of our individual alligators, she's actually training all of them at the same time simultaneously. Now, this doesn't happen overnight. The training that we incorporate here at the Naple Zoo is positive reinforcement training or upright conditioning. Just big fancy words to say if we like that behavior and want to see it again, we'll reinforce it and give them some of their favorite things. If they do something we don't necessarily like and say we don't want to reinforce it, we simply ignore it. The laws of behavior state what is not reinforced shouldn't continue in the future. So right now, Lauren is actually working all of them. So even though she has her attention on one, she's actually looking at all of them. And if they are staying and stationing right at the surface of the water, they are correct. So you might see Lauren say, hey, good job, thank you so much, and just toss some pieces to all of our correct alligators who are staying at the water's edge waiting for that individualized attention.
Mira, 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 mira.
So here we see an up and open behavior. Now, why would we want to train to get out of the water and open your mouth at me behavior? Well, it's a good way that we can get a good look at them. We can inspect their entire body from the tip of that snout all the way to the end of that tail. Now, what exactly are we looking for? We just want to make sure there's no cuts, scrapes, scratches, anything that could have possibly happened overnight or even early this morning.
Mira, son como 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And we wanted to let our vet staff know. Well, we just ask them to come out of the water. We do have target training utilized here. So target training is basically orienting the animal to the place you would like to go. So if you guys are familiar with dog training, you might be familiar with dogs touching the end of our hand to say, come here, or I want to orient you here. Well, there's a little bit of a safety concern if we had our alligators coming up to touch our hand. There's about 80 to 90 reasons inside their mouth as to why we're not going to ask that. So an extension of our hand is that long pole with the colored disc. So as you can see, Lauren is asking for a target. She's asking this individual, hey, can you open your mouth? Notice how the frisbee is above their head. What she is looking for is not just a touch, but to touch and stay there. So she wants this individual to open their mouth and keep that top jaw touching that frisbee. That was a really good one. I don't know if you saw the first. Yes, give a round of applause. That was excellent. And you see that they didn't get it right away. They just did a quick touch, and she was like, oh, that's not quite it. She offered it again. We did another little quick touch. It looks like we're going to do it again. And what we're looking for is a little bit more of that duration. So right before Lauren is tossing that food item to the individual, she's actually saying a word. She's saying the word good. At first, this word means nothing to the alligators, right? It's just a word. However, continuously followed up with some of that chicken cutlet, some of that fish, and some of those crocodilian biscuits we have for them, they realize the word good is their favorite word. So they want to hear that word. So basically that lets them know, yes, I am correct, and I should expect reinforcement afterwards. So this lets the animals know what exactly they are looking for. It's kind of like if you're in school and you take a test, and you take another test, and you take another test, and then the teacher doesn't grade it and give it back to you, you have no idea if what you're doing is correct or incorrect. So we utilize that word good, or that we call it a bridge, to mark that point in time where they were successful. So you will see a few different training behaviors that we incorporated here. Now, all the while, we do have Lauren working our individual on the beach, but also we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 animals just hanging out at the water. Now, this is not training that you would see at every facility. We have a really nice group of 10 individuals. 5 are female and 5 are male, which makes it really nice. We have a social hierarchy that's really strong here. So we don't have a lot of individuals fighting for dominance. Everyone has their spot here, which makes this training really, really successful. So you might notice, as our individuals are waiting along the edge of the water, that Lauren's going to say, hey, yes, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be. Good job for just staying and waiting at the edge until you are called on. Because otherwise, it might be a chaotic training session. How are we supposed to give individualized attention to our animals if they're all coming out of the water at the same time, if they're all looking for things at the same time? So with this training in place, it is very, very cool that we are able to be in here free contact with our animals, but also be training them at the same time. We are here in Southwest Florida, so we are prone to some weather down here, and we are not worried because of this training we have. If there were a storm so strong and powerful that we actually needed to remove our animals, we're not worried at all because we have target training. We can target them out of the water. We can move them to another location if needed. So that's what we train for every single day. And again, this didn't happen overnight. This is years and years of consistency of coming once a day. Because another cool thing about our system here is our alligators' habitat is actually part of the Gordon River. So the Gordon River flows through Naples and flows through Naples Zoo. So what we do is put up our perimeter fences, however it's still an open system, meaning fish and turtles, smaller reptiles, anything else except the alligators can get in and can get out. So all 10 American alligators that we have here residing at the zoo completely feed themselves. So anything in the water is on the menu for them, with the exception of every single day at 11:30, we do come out and offer something extra. So if we do not see all 10 of our alligators here, they are not in trouble. That is completely okay. Maybe they just decided they didn't want to leave their napping spot. We will go ahead and do a perimeter walk and just make sure we get eyes on them, but they are not in trouble in any way, shape, or form if they decide they don't really want to hang out with us. But for the most part, we really do have an awesome attendance record for these training sessions, letting them know they like this. Otherwise, there's no reason for them to show up. They can completely feed themselves. So the process of training and working on new behaviors with our animals does strengthen the relationship between the animals